What's going on, guys? The Iron Jesse here, and welcome back to my new LEGO Star Wars 2025 set review. And today, I'm reviewing the micro-scale version of the Millennium Falcon polybag set. This is set 30708, 8H6 Plus, has 74 pieces and no minifigures. I got this set last month along with the U-Wing set, and this set costs like $5 here in North America and around the world for the lineup. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at it. So here is the build itself. It's just like the micro scale version of the ship itself. So we've got like a lot of Millennium Falcon micro scale polybags over the years for the theme itself, since they always like change it up into like a different looks for it and like probably like the size or the way it is. But at least this is like my first Millennium Falcon polybag that I have in my collection. So anyways, yeah, taking a look at the entire front part of the ship. So I love how nice and detailed it is, since we have like a couple of dark gray studs on the top part of the front of the ship, which you can see on the left and right side of it. And we have those ingot pieces in light gray, since all those pieces in light gray matches my base plate. Both of my base plates is what I mentioned. We have another ingot on top of this part of the ship, which you can see right here. And we do get the binocular pieces in dark gray to represent like that machine gun part of the ship itself. And we have those like silk pieces in dark red, and we have one right on this spot over here. So that is pretty nice. We have the rest of the ingots on the left and right side of the top part of the ship, which is a good touch. And I love that build for the satellite dish for the ship. I just thought it looks pretty cool in my opinion. So yeah, they totally know that. And there's one issue for the ship itself, and that is there's no printing on that window piece. I mean, are you kidding me? Why is it all plain? It's supposed to have printing on it, since the Mighty Micros version from 4 years ago had that piece, but with printing on it. But I don't understand why they didn't add that for this set right here. It doesn't make any sense. I wish they added some printing on it, but at least it still looks pretty nice. But it is pretty boring without any printing on it. So again, I still love that detailing for the top part of the ship itself. So yeah, they totally nail like the detailing, since I love the dark gray studs for like some spots on the ship, and the binocular piece to like represent like that machine gun for the top part of the ship itself. I love the little pizza slices and pieces in dark red for this spot of the ship, and even this part of the ship, which is a good touch. And yeah, they totally nailed the parts with the light gray ingots for the ship, and also we have some of the other pieces for it for the top part with the window part. So take a look at the side of the ship. So we had this side right here with the window area, that little cockpit spot is what I meant to say, and we have like the other spot for that dark gray piece for this side of the build, which is a nice touch, since I still love how nice and detailed it really is. So we have like the right side for this part of the ship itself, which is a good touch for the way it is. So I just totally dig that. Spinning it around, this is what the other side looks like with that different design. So we have that other angle for the ship itself with that different look, and we have that same piece for the build itself, since I totally love that nice look, since I love how incredibly detailed this ship really is. And spinning it around to the back, this is what the back of it looks like. And I love how they totally know the build for the hyperspeed for the back of the ship. So we have some like translucent blue pieces in this interior part for the ship itself to represent like the hyperspeed look for the Millennium Falcon. So yeah, that is a nice design right there. And this is what the bottom part of it looks like, with those pieces to representing the landing pads for the ship itself. So we have like those like dark gray pieces for the left and right side of this spot of the ship, and we have two dark gray studs stacking each of, well, being connected together is what I meant to say for this spot of the ship, which is a good touch. And also, if you guys have that 2021 Microfighters Millennium Falcon like I do, since that set had this piece that has the printed window. So if you guys already have that set like I did back in 4 years, here's what you gotta do. Since if you guys don't want this piece to be on the ship since it doesn't have any printing on it. You can easily take it off like this if I can get it, since it is connected to that peg right here. And also, this is what you get to do. So easy when you like slide it up like this. Let me angle it correctly. Ta-da! Now it looks so much better. So yeah, it looks incredibly better when you have that same piece, but with the printed windows on it. So yeah, that looks so much better like this. I love it when you put it like this because it looks so much better. And I don't understand why Lego didn't do that for this set, because when they use the same piece as this without any printing on it, it looks boring. Incredibly boring. But once you have that 2021 Microfighter set, it looks so much better, since when you have that same piece but with printing on it, it looks so much better like this. I mean, yeah, it looks pretty good, and honestly, it does look like the ship itself. Well, the rest of the parts of the ship does look like the actual thing from the films for the lineup itself, but once you have that piece in that printed look, the same one as this, it looks better, because without it, it looks incredibly lame and boring, but now it looks fully completed. So anyways, yeah, that is pretty nice and standard for the way it is. So yeah, it looks so much better when you have that printed piece from that 2021 Microfighter version of the Falcon itself. But yeah, at least it is pretty nice and solid, like I said, but at least this is a pretty decent set. So I don't have anything else to say about it. This is just the micro scale version of the ship, since there are no play features for it, but that is all that you get. So that is it for the set. Now let's move on. So overall, this is a pretty standard looking set, and like I said, we've been getting a lot of Millennium Falcon poly bags from Star Wars for all these years from the Lego franchise, but at least this one is pretty standard for what it is. But I wish we could get like some other ships that haven't been made in micro scale look before, like the U-Wing, or maybe Kylo Ren's shuttle, or something else besides the Millennium Falcon, because we've been getting it in that micro look for so many years all over and over and over again. But at least I love how nice and detailed the ship is, since I love how they use the dark gray studs for the top part of this area of the ship, and even the left or right side of it, which is a nice touch. I love how they use the pizza slice pieces in that dark red color for this spot on the ship, and even this part with the dark gray binoculars to represent like that little like machine gun or so. And the satellite dish looks pretty nice for the way it turns out. And again, at least, like I said, if you have that 2021 Microfighters version of the Falcon from 4 years ago like I did, you can add that same piece that has the printed windows on it, since while they added the same one as this, because this one doesn't have any printing on it, which is so lame and boring because it doesn't work for the ship. I mean, are you kidding me? Why did Lego didn't add any printing on it? I mean, I just don't understand why they didn't do that, because it looks so lame and boring without the printed windows on it. But once you have the Microfighter set with the same piece as that but with printing on it, you have the completed look. Because honestly, when you have it like this, it looks so much better like that. I mean, yeah, it looks so much better like this, because without it, it looks super lame in my opinion, but once you have it, it looks much better. And I love the build for the hyper speed for the back of the ship with those transparent blue pieces on the back, because it looks pretty nice, since those pieces on the back of the ship looks pretty good. And yeah, I love how they recreated that in that micro scale look. And I love how they use some of those pieces, including the dark gray studs, to represent like the landing gear on the bottom part of the ship. So yeah, at least that looks pretty good. And I love how they use like the light gray ingots for this spot where the cockpit is, and also like this part right over here, and some parts of it on top of the ship. So yeah, that does look pretty good on the Millennium Falcon, since I still have the ship from the films. And even though this is a pretty standard looking set, and this is like my second Millennium Falcon Lego set that I have in my collection, because I still don't have the regular ones, which is the play scale version of this set, especially the Dark Falcon. But this one looks pretty standard for what it is, and at least this is a pretty solid little poly bag right here. So I don't have anything else to say about it, but that is all I've gotten so far for the set. So that is it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new. Hit that notification bell, the same button, and don't forget to Hulk smash that comment section down below. And tell me in the comments what you guys think about this set for the lineup. I'll see you later.